Hey, Lynette from Tech-Based Marketing here again, and I want to welcome you back for the third session in Repeatable Landing Pages. If you watched the first two sessions, you would know that in this session, what we're going to cover is building a profitable template for thank you pages. And what we did earlier was build the landing page, and I showed you how quick and easy it is to create more landing pages in actually 8 minutes or less. This session, we're going to talk about the back part of it. What happens when somebody opts in for your freebie, for your gift? Now, as I showed you in the previous sessions, when you're using Beaver, you actually don't have to. Let me just launch this and click on that and show you what I mean here. Success action, where it says show message. So what we've done is in our templates, we have built the success response to show a message. And that means people won't be redirected to a URL. And I did this for a reason. I did this so that we can start building landing pages really quickly and fast without having to think about the thank you pages. But however, if you start building your thank you page templates early, then you probably want to save your templates with a redirect URL, which is perfect. Now, of course, you can always put your upsell in the message area, but usually the message areas, the success messages areas is really small, and it doesn't give you the full effect, especially if you want to put a really long form sales letter. Now, I'm not going to show you that. What I'm going to show you is a simpler thank you page, which doesn't have a full long form sales page attached to it, but it will still do the job. It will still present people with an offer, whether it's your own offer or whether it's an affiliate product or something, so that after they opt in, they'll be presented with something that they can buy that complements whatever they opted in for, and that also means it'll be more profitable for you. Okay, so let's get started. Let me exit this page builder. I didn't do anything here, so I just want to simply discard my pages, my edits. And again, I'm just going to start a new page right here, and I'm going to say thank you in this area. And just like before, since I'm using Genesis, I'm going to select the Stamp Buster, and I'm going to save draft here. Of course, you can publish it if you want, but I like to work in draft mode. Then let us launch Beaver Builder. Now, I don't have a template for my success or thank you page, so I'm going to start from scratch, and I'm going to cancel this one right out. And now we're going to work with the top. Now, on the very, very top of a thank you page, I normally like to have a very clear message, a really clear thank you, so that people don't get upset. After people give you their email address, which they are really reluctant to do so in the first place, if it is not clear how they're going to receive their download or whatever you promised them, or when you're going to receive it, or whatever it is, they'll get mad, and you can't blame them for that. So typically I will put that up front. So let's start with that. And I like to make it a full width. And I'm going to use a colored background, and I'm going to use my demo brand colors here, and I'm going to choose that one right there. And since I'm using that color, I'm going to make the text white. So if you followed me in the previous sessions, you would know what these presets are, how to create them, and why I'm using them instead of using the color picker. So great, now I've set the stage for that. And next thing I want to do is put a header. Say something like congratulations, or if you wish, you can put thank you, or whatever it is. I'll just leave it as that, and I'm going to style it to the center. And for this, I'm going to leave it as H3 smaller. That's fine. And you know what? Since I experienced that there's a lot of space below the header, so I'm going to go ahead and put 0 here to make the header smaller, spacing smaller. And then I'm going to put a text editor right underneath that and say something like, your report is on its way to your email. Please check your email now to download. Alright, so that's it. Of course, you can put the download link here too if you are not doing double opt-in. Typically, I like to do double opt-in, and that's what I'll tell them to do. So that part is very important, so we want to get that squared out of the way. It's safe. Okay, perfect. In fact, let me make this even smaller, because as much as I want it to be prominent, I don't want it to take up all of my header space too. And I'm going to do the same here. I want this to be clear, but at the same time, leave me room to show people what a great offer I have coming their way. Let's see what else I can do there. Okay, top is 0. Okay, perfect. So now the space is much smaller, and that is what I'm aiming for. Next, I'm going to start with yet another column, and I'm going to put a heading, and I'm going to say something like special offer just for you. Okay, and this one maybe I'll make it much larger and I'll put it in the center. And the reason I want to make it larger is so that it will capture their attention. And I'm going to save as. Okay, so that works. The next part right here is I want to put a little grid here, or maybe just some text here, okay, just to explain what the special offer is. Now, unlike in the previous videos, I actually have content already written for me, copy already written for me. In this video, I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use placeholder text, and that's fine, because what I'm doing here is building a template. So when you build a template, that's okay. You can simply remove the dummy copy or the placeholder copy later on. So I'm going to put a paragraph here, and I'm going to save that. And this tells me to put a description of the offer. And then just like on the landing page, I want to build a grid. So I'm going to, this time, I'm going to put a 3-column grid. And this time I'm going to build it slightly differently. I'm going to have an icon on the top. And let's do this. We're going to do a check right here, and I'm going to choose a different one. And once again, I am going to change the color to my brand colors. And let's see, where was the, I want to make it larger, and this time I'm going to center align it. Okay, that works. And then now I'm simply going to duplicate and duplicate again. So I have this right here, and I'll move them across. All right, and now I'm going to put in another text editor, okay, at the bottom. So my configuration here is slightly different from the landing page, and that's going to be fine. So maybe I'm going to do that. Okay, and I'm going to once again duplicate 3 times. So this is, since I'm building just a template, I'm not going to build any more rows of the same thing, but the nice thing about it is if I do so, I can just simply duplicate the entire, duplicate all these all over again. So that's not a big problem. What I want to do here is reduce the spacing again, just like before. Reduce the spacing. Actually, I should have done this before I duplicated this. That way, when I duplicated it, it's going to be all done right. But that's okay. So now you get a chance to see and learn from my mistakes. So the top, and remove the bottom spacing here. Remove the top spacing up here. Okay, great. So if you need more check marks to support why people should buy this offer and jump on this offer right now, you can just simply duplicate these two things. Okay, and what I'm going to put below here is, below this grid, I'm going to put some more explanations, and I think that would be it. And the next thing I want to do is add a big button right here to jump on the offer. Get this right now. Of course, now when you're actually building the real thank you page with the offer that will fit whatever that people opted in for, it's, you're going to change this copy around. And I always like icons, like I say. So I like a check mark icon so that people know that, you know what, you're doing the right thing. And I'm going to put it before the text. And of course, I'm going to give them a link to my order page. All right. And I don't want it to be on the same window. And let's see here. The button is here right now, so I want to style it differently. As you can see, it's not very clear, so I want to make it big and I want to make it bold. So first thing I do here is I could actually go with my brand colors. I'm gonna rock the boat a little bit this time. I'm gonna actually change it to something completely different. I'm gonna do this brighter orange color. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and save that so that I can come back and use it later. So I don't think I want to do a background hover, and I'll leave the text as black. And the width, now here I can actually play around a little bit. I can do a full width, and you will see it right there. I mean, I could do that. And we change the font size to large. Or larger, and in this case, we definitely want much larger so people will not miss this. Or I can do custom, and if I do custom, then I can actually put a width there and align it, or I can go back to auto and let it do automatically and center it. That's fine too. If I want to do that, I definitely want to bump my button size up much larger. And let's see here. Yep, I want to get people's attention. This is the big buy now button. Click there, right? Or this is the big check it out button. Now, if it's an affiliate link, I want them to click through to my affiliate link. So let's see, I think that works. The only thing I probably want to do here is to reduce the space up top here. And that's about it. One last thing I like to do with all my pages though is just in case to add the same right here, the terms of use and the disclaimer and the stuff like that. So I won't go through and do that again because you have seen me do that. Okay, so I'm going to center it right here. Alright, so for now, this will suffice as my template, and I can very easily create my thank you pages that are profitable very fast as well, because what I'm going to do is save this as a template. So go to Tools and Save Template, and I will give it a name. Profitable. Thank you. All right, that's it. Just like in the second session, if I need to get another thank you page, just create a page, go to templates, and just click on profitable thank you, and we'll load this exact template, and then I can just modify it, information here, and of course the offer. If you want to check out all the tools that we're using, you can go to this page that I will have on the screen here for you. Go to the link, or if I'm able to, I'll put a link at the bottom of the video. We'll check these tools out. This is exactly the process that I'm using. As you can see, really fast, really easy, and I promise you it will make your list building efforts a whole lot easier. Thank you once again. I'm Lynette Chandler. Good luck.